Hi, I'm Daphne. I work at UTSOPI. I am in charge of building community at UTSOPI, and I'm also a sex worker.
My name is Marianne. I am a sex worker since 20 years and also an activist for sex workers' rights. And now I am a member of UTSOPI and a member of the staff. Here I work on projects that are at the intersection between building the sex worker community and the advocacy work on sex worker working conditions and fighting stigma.
So there was the need of meeting for sex workers to actually discuss experiences and the way of living, because as sex workers, it's often hard to tell those stories to family or friends because they don't understand what the realities of sex work are. At the end of 2015, UTSOPI organized itself as a collective. It was actually the first sex workers collective in Belgium. And the way it got formed, it's because there was the need to fight against local regulations. Sex workers from that municipality got together. They organized themselves, and UTSOPI was created as a collective. The first big win, well, I mean, of course, there were wins along the way, but we had no subsidies at the time. So the COVID pandemic made it obvious that the whole situation about sex work was very hypocritical, because there was this gray zone that would say, hey, sex work isn't work, but they had like taxes for prostitution, for example, on the workplaces and stuff like that. And UTSOPI got to speak up about the issues. And so sex work has always been visible, but at the same time, visible but yet not recognized. And yeah, our first big win was the decriminalization of sex work in 2022. We kept to our beliefs, and like someone said, we should put ethics above morals, and that's what we did with this.
So now, with this labor law, it's possible for sex workers to have to access some illness leave, some maternity leave, to have like unemployment benefit, and all the social protection that other workers can access.
We got our first subsidy in 2018. Okay. And with that, we could hire staff, our first employee. UTSOPI has always rooted for decriminalization, of course, and the fight for rights for sex workers. And that kept going for 5 years until lockdown happened.
This new legal framework is really a big and major step to fight stigma. Actually, because what it says that the society has to respect and to recognize sex workers as workers of the country, as people who are as important as the other people. Now we have more and more sex workers who want to open their own sex work places, who want to try to make like some cooperatives, who want to develop their own escort agency, and it's great because it means that they feel safe and confident enough now in their country to say, okay, actually I can. It's not just a dream like before. It's a possibility. And this is changing everything, because it's a possibility. Obviously, we had some enormous legal victories for sex workers' rights, but the situation is still very complex, and we still have lots of problems. most of them are for undocumented sex workers, because, for example, the labor law for sex workers is only accessible for sex workers who are legal in Belgium. We are facing like a double way of considering them. It's that at the same time the authority will consider that most of them are some victims of trafficking or exploitation, when sometimes it's not the case. Actually, sometimes they are just undocumented and they just need papers and access to security and a place to live and to work and so on. But they will consider, like almost all the time, that they are victims of exploitations. And at the same time, they consider that they are guilty of not having legal documents, and so they will deport them. And so we are in a situation that is not good at all, and so we are fighting now for what we are calling the safe reporting. It's to obtain the guarantee that in any case an undocumented sex worker has to go to the police to report every kind of problems, that they have the guarantee that they will not be deported, and that the status of victim will be higher in every situation than the status of being guilty of not having the good papers. So this is one of the big fight that we are leading now. And also we have an attention that this new way of considering sex work will not becoming like a hunt to black money made within sex work, and that it doesn't become like you have the obligation to be or an employee or an independent sex workers, and that all the other situations become criminalized. So we will have an eye on that. What is the recipe to win? Yeah, oh, it's maybe I would say, even if it's difficult, maybe to keep connected to joy, to an activist that stay powerful and joyful and with lots of friendship between people. Keep joy, love, and intersectional interest. Maybe I'm very proud to be there today. Actually, to be still alive and to manage to keep fighting. I need to feel that I am not alone. I think this is the most important. Mamaka's contribution was absolutely crucial for UTSOPI in our capacity of building ourselves and to do advocacy, because when we started, we absolutely had no money at all, nobody supported us, and so Mamakash was the first funding authority who trusted us and our mission, that was to obtain rights for sex workers in Belgium. Thanks to the support of Mamakash, we could hire some staff, benefit some expertise, we could build and develop the sex worker community. And when we were fighting and advocating for the decriminalization of sex work in Belgium and to access the labor law, we were funded by Mamakash. So we can definitely say that Mamakash is part of this victory.
What keeps me going is knowing that we make a change. We made changes, and we still have changes to make sure that sex work is not seen as something that is out of this world. because it really is real, and it's okay. Rights are not something that we have to take for granted. What we are able to build with this community, and to see the smile on their faces whenever there's a huge success, to see the joy on their faces, it just fills me with so much joy and happiness. And I know we have a purpose. I know we are there for sex workers as sex workers, and also the love of my coworkers. It keeps me going every day. So yes, that keeps me going.